And today we are starting KC5. Again, like I mentioned before, KC5 is one of the hardest units. Okay, target A is one of the easiest, but then once we get to target B, everything goes down the hill, which is okay. Don't panic. Some of you guys might be good at it. Some of you guys might need more help on it. Some of you guys might not understand it at all, but that's fine. Okay, this is why we make the videos. Okay. So again, we're starting with KC5A today. And in KC5, we're talking about systems of equations or systems of inequalities. Okay. In case you didn't know, systems means that, let me write it right here. Systems means that we're going to have more than one equation or inequality. Oops, I wrote it right. Okay, so more than one equation and inequality, and we're using the same variables. So that's what a system means. Obviously, we're talking about an inequality, we're talking about two of them. And we're talking about an equation, and we're talking about two equations. Equations, again, have the equal sign. Inequality have the greater than, less than, or equal to. They have four different signs for inequalities, right? Equation has that equal sign. So this is going to be like a review from KC2 and KC3. We did this before when we read the problem and you have to write an equation or an equality. But the difference is that we only wrote it one time and we only needed it for one time. This time around, we're going to have to write two of them. But again, we're using the same variables, okay? And you start noticing we start comparing how it looks, okay? So let's get started with question number 1. It says you decide to go on a romantic date to Taco Bell. You buy 3 tacos and 1 burrito and spend $8.25. Your date buys 4 tacos and 3 burritos for a total of $16. Write a system of equations that models this real world situation. Okay? And the reason why I highlighted systems of equations because that information right there is going to give you your answer. You need to write systems of equations. Again, system means more than one. So we're actually going to have 2 equations. Equations have the equal sign. So I should see an equal sign. Okay. Again, we're using the same variables. Well, we need to figure out and identify the variables. You always need to do this for each problem. Okay. The problem itself is talking about buying tacos and burritos, whether you're buying them or your friend or your date, right? So I'm going to use T for tacos and B for burritos because why not? It makes sense. Okay, the first equation is going to be talking about me, what I spent. Okay, what did I spend? What did I buy? And the second equation has to be talking about my date or my friend. It could be my date or my friend, right? So it says you, so right here it's talking about me, buy 3 tacos. So it's 3T plus 1 burrito. 1 burrito. And your total was $8.25, so equals $8.25. Again, D means tacos, which means the cost of tacos. And B has to be the cost of burritos. How do I know that? Because we're talking about money. They're talking about the total being money. So if the total is money, then T has to be talking about the cost, which is money of tacos, and B has to be talking about the money of burritos. How much is a burrito? All you know is that you buy 3 tacos and 1 burrito. Okay, your date. Okay, your date buys 4 tacos and 3 burritos. Your date is a fat ass. Okay, so 4 tacos and 3 burritos, and the total is $16. I don't know, that's kind of an expensive date right there. But that is all we're doing for today. We have our two equations. We figure out who is more um, of a fat ass. Obviously, your date is. Okay. So now you know not to take them again. All right. So then that's it. We have our equation for first one, the equation for two, and we're done. Okay. We're doing the same thing for each problem. Again, this is a review from KC2 and 3. We did this before. Okay. We just wrote the equations or inequalities and we were done. Same thing here, but now we're doing it twice. Okay, it says the morning soccer team sold 500 tickets. Each adult ticket cost $12. Each student ticket cost $7. They made a total of $4,495. All right, we need to be really careful on our numbers, okay? I like highlighting them because it just helps me. The morning soccer team sold 500. 500 talking about tickets, okay? Each adult ticket, they cost $12. And again, now we're talking about money. 500 is not the same thing as money. So each student ticket costs $7. Again, we're still talking about money here. They made a total of 4,495. That is still talking about money. We're talking about dollars here. It says write a system of equations that models this real world situation. Again, we're writing equations that means equal sign. First thing is always identify your variables. What two variables am I going to use? Because again, both of your equations are using the same variables. Okay, well, they're talking about adult tickets and student tickets. So there you go. A is going to be for adult tickets, and S is going to be for student tickets. All right, your first equation is going to be talking about the tickets itself. The second one has to be talking about the money, okay, the expenses, how much you're spending, so the money. Okay, so here I go. The first one is talking about the number of tickets. That means I know I have 500 in total because they tell me it's 500. And those 500 tickets are from adult tickets and student tickets. Do I know how many adult tickets or student tickets am I going to have? No. So then there you go. A plus S equals 500. That's the first equation. Again, you don't know how many adult or student tickets you're going to have. All you know is that you're going to have 500 tickets in total. Your second equation is talking about the money, okay? Well, again, I'm going to use the same equation I wrote for first one, but now we're going to talk about money. I'm going to still have A plus S equals. Again, A means adult tickets, and you don't know how many tickets you're going to have. All you know that it's going to cost $12. So it's 12A plus as students. As students, $7. So plus 7S equals, well, you made a total of 495. Okay, so there you go. I have $12 A plus $7 S equals 4,495 for the second equation. Okay, so the first equation represents the number of tickets. The second one is the money, how much you're spending, the total money you have. Okay, then that's it. All right, moving on to question number 3. It says dark chocolate costs $5.50 per pound. Milk chocolate costs $4.75 per pound. You can spend no more than $10 on chocolate, and you need at least 2 pounds in all. Write a system of inequalities that models this real world situation. Again, now they're talking about inequalities. So now we're talking about those 4 different signs that we have. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or less than. Okay, again, identify your numbers. What kind of numbers are giving you? Look, they're giving you 550. We're talking about money. How do I know that? Because it has the money sign. 475 is still talking about money. It says you can spend no more than $10. And you need 2 pounds. Now, 2 pounds, at least 2 pounds. 2 is not money anymore. So 2 is not related to your money. Okay. Well, what is the 2 talking about? The 2 is talking about the pounds. That's your key. Your first inequality is going to be talking about the number of pounds. That means that your second inequality has to be talking about the money. Okay, again, in order before I write my inequalities, I need to find my two variables. What two variables I'm going to be talking about? Well, what is the problem talking about? They're talking about dark chocolate and milk chocolate. So I'm going to have D for dark chocolate and M for milk chocolate. Oops. All right, now that I know my two variables, now I could write my inequalities. Again, the first one is number of pounds. You have dark chocolate costs $5.50 per pound. Per pound. Do you know how many pounds you're going to have for dark chocolate? You don't. So that's going to be D plus milk chocolate costs $4.75 per pound. Again, I don't know how many pounds I'm going to have for milk chocolate. So that's plus M because it's unknown. And the one that's talking about pounds is the number 2. You need at least 2 pounds. Again, at least means that 2 could be your minimum. Okay, but you can have more than 2. Okay, you at least need 2 pounds. So you need 2 pounds or more. That means that D and M could be greater than or equal to 2. Okay, the number of pounds, which is on the left side, the total number of pounds, could be more than 2. That's why my sign is greater than or equal to. And then that's it. I'm done with the number of pounds. Number 2 is talking about the money, okay? Again, I'm using the same thing I used on the first one, so I know I'm going to have D plus M. Since we're talking about money now, it's talking about D is for dark chocolates. It costs $5.50 per pound. Again, $5.50 times D, which is the pounds for dark chocolate. Since I don't know, that's why I have the letter D. Plus the milk chocolate. I don't know how many pounds I'm going to have. All I know is going to be $4.75. Okay, and then it says you can spend no more than 10. That means that your expenses, which is the 550D plus 475M, has to be less. This side has to be less than $10. So $10 is on this side. That means that your sign for this is less than or equal to 10. Has to be greater. You cannot spend more than 10. It has to be less. Okay. So here's the key information for this one. Make sure you read the problem carefully. They are asking for an equality, so I should see inequality signs, not equal signs. All right. So that's how you do number 3. And again, this is an inequality. All right. You are doing question 4, 5, and 6 on your own. You're sending me pictures. However, I just want you to fix this. There was a mistake. This one should say equations. And this one should say also equations. Okay, read the problem, question number 4, 5, and 6. For these, you are going to send me a picture. Okay, that's if you want me to check your work. Send picture. Question 4, 5, and 6. Question number 4 should have been equations, not inequalities. Question number 5 should be equations, not inequalities. Question 6 is an inequality. So that one's not a mistake. That is part of the question. And I'm going to move on to question number 7 right away. Again, these 7 and 8 are error analysis. That means that there's a mistake. This is the work and there's a mistake. You need to figure out what is the mistake, okay? Like I've told you so many times for these problems, pretend like the work is not there. Do it yourself and then compare your answers. You're going to find the mistake right away. Okay, so let's try it. It says there are 62 total dimes D and nickels N in Kate's piggy bank. So we have 62 dimes, which is D, and nickels, which is N. The total value, so now they're talking about value, we're talking about money. All the piggy bank is $5.85. Kate wants to figure out how many dimes and nickels there were. She sets up the following system of equations. All right, pretend like it's not there and you tried it on your own. Okay. As you can see, they label, they gave you the variables already. Dimes for D, nickels for N. So you're going to be using D and N. The first equation should be talking about the how many coins you have, total coins. Number 2 should be talking about the money, how much value, the value of the piggy bank. Okay, so the total coins, we have 62 in total. And you know you have dimes and nickels. Do you know how many dimes and nickels? No, because she tells you she wants to figure out how many dimes and nickels there were. You don't know. So then that means it's D plus N equals 62. The next one, D plus N. Again, we use the same one that we have on top to guide us for the second one. Again, you have a total of 85. And you know that dimes, you don't know how many dimes you have. However, you know the value of dimes because that never changed. The value of dimes is 10 cents. Again, when we write money, we need to write it with decimals. Okay, don't forget about that. 10 cents, so 0.10. And you know the value of nickels, which is 0.05, which is 5 cents. So then there you go. You have your two equations already. Now you're going to go and compare your answers. The mistake here, I noticed that the second equation is exactly how I have it, so that one's good. However, the first equation, I noticed that they put the 10 cents and 5 cents for N and D, which is dynamical. So the mistake is that they put the money value of dimes and nickels. The right answer is D plus N equals 62. And that's what I need to see. I need to see the mistake, you writing what was the mistake here, and then giving me the right answer. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. And again, you're doing number 8 on your own, and you're going to send me a picture. Okay, make sure you guys are understanding target A. Okay, is the basic introduction of KC5, but is the easiest target. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, I hope the video helps.